Hey you guys, it's K Kid and welcome to my favorite movie segment.
So like the first movie up we're going to talk about is Stepmom with Julia Roberts and Susan Sarandon. That's her name. That's her name. That was like, I seen that movie. I actually got that movie from the library, and I saw it and I was like, oh my goodness, this is such a good movie. I don't know what year it came out though. It looks like it's early 2000s, late 90s, early 2000s, but it's such a really good movie. So that's like one of my favorite movies, and it puts me in a Thanksgiving mood because it takes place like at like a fall festival and all that good stuff, and you see so many leaves. So it's like a fall movie, and it's so good. Um, my next movie is Bride Wars with Anne Hathaway and Kate Hudson. It's like one of my favorite bridal movies. It is so good. It's like friend competition about who's gonna get married on this exact date. Are we gonna keep our dates? And it's a really good movie. I really like it. I do have that one on DVD. It's a really good movie. It's fun. It's comical. It's romance. So it's anything romance and comedy, you have me. All right. So musicals. My favorite musicals movie has to be Coal Miner's Daughter, and it is a movie about gosh, I can't think of the lady name. Loretta Lynn, and it's such a movie that talks about her life from her father being a being on the coal mine, and how she moved from her hometown to someplace far away, and how she made it to be this incredible first lady of country music. And it also gives you like details of Patsy Cline's story as well. It's like a 1980s movie, but it's really good. It's really good. um Another movie, musical movie that I really like is Dreamgirls. Of course, we all know, with Beyonce, Jennifer Hudson, Jamie Foxx, and Eddie Murphy. And that to me was really like, that's the best musical I've seen in years, like that they've put together, especially from the African American community. Like my next movie will be Steel Magnolias. When I tell you this is my favorite movie, like, oh my goodness, with Julia Roberts, Dolly Parton, Sally Field, just all of these women, they get together and they have this big huge wedding party for their daughter, which is played by Julia Roberts, Shelby. And she's on dialysis. She can't have kids, but then she does have this one kid. And after she has this kid, she dies, like in the movie. Like, it's so sad, but it's such a good friendship. For my next movie, I have a bridal movie, Father of the Bride 1 and 2. Absolute favorite. I love the franchise of Father of the Bride. It is so good. It's not too much. I'm glad they didn't do a third one and the fourth one and the fifth one and all of that. They just did it right with this package. All right, my next one is Love and Basketball. Love and Basketball is a story about two African American kids that live side by side, of course, and they both love the game of basketball. They grow up with each other. They go to elementary school all the way through college together, and then they start to date, and some other stuff happens. Um, and then they get together in the end. It is so good. It's such a good movie. What else? Okay, so if I was talking about Christmas movies, two of my favorite Christmas movies is Elf with Will Ferrell. I never forget they took us in 6th grade to go see that movie at the movie theater when it came out, and I was just like, yes, this is my favorite Christmas movie. That is one of my favorite Christmas movies. And The Family Stone, that is with Diane Keaton, which is one of my favorite actresses. Rachel McAdams, Sarah Jessica Parker, and a whole lot of people. Claire Danes, all of that. It's like when she first started out. And it is a family movie. It is. And it has so many stories wrapped up into one. So it's a really good movie. If you have not seen it, you have to see it. You have to. My next movie is a oldie but a classic but a goodie. What's Love Got to Do with It? And I tell you, my mother used to play this movie over and over and over and over again. At first I hated it for years. I'm like, oh my goodness, here we go again, this one. But it is really a good movie about Tina Turner's life. And everybody knows what's love got to do with it. Like, it don't need no explanation. Alright, so my comical side is, I would say one of my favorite comical movies is Life with Eddie Murphy and Martin Lawrence. Like, yo, this is such a 90s is it 90s? I want to say it's 90s. It's such a 90s classic. Like, this is when they both was on top of their game comedically, and they were just on fire. It's such a good movie. So my next movie is it's a scary movie, but I used to love looking at it back in the day. Scream. That was really not scary. I look at scary movies like ghost movies, like where the killer can't die. Like, that's creepy because you're always gonna come back to life. But somebody that you can just shoot a bullet in, and get it over with, like, okay, it's not that scary. But growing up, we used to my mother, we used to have like blockbuster movies, right? And all of my cousins and everybody, we would sit in the den and we have like massive popcorn or just candy or whatever we wanted, and we would sit down and we would pick a movie, and Scream would be the movie like in the 90s that we picked. It was such a good scare, but yet it wasn't too scary where we couldn't go to sleep. And so that has been my favorite movies. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up. And I'll see you on the next go round. Wait, I do it like this, right?
Also, if you want to check out some of my other favorite movies, I have made a list for you. Make sure you also hit that subscribe button so that you will be notified for more uploads.